Okay, let me describe your last marathon. You trained hard, you hit the mileage, you didn't skip a single long run. You did everything the plan asked of you. And then somewhere after 30K or 20 miles, your pace just quietly slipped away from you and you crossed the line in 304, 308, 311 again. Here's what nobody's told you. The reason you keep fading in that final 10K, that final 6 miles, it isn't because of the lack of volume, the lack of mileage. It isn't because of the shortage of long runs. It's because the only time that you ever test what the marathon truly demands is in the race itself. And that is holding marathon pace when it really counts in the final third, in the final quarter of the marathon. And there's a single session, which if you get the timing right, that I'll give you in this video, will tell you the truth, exactly where you stand long before you step on that start line. It's a progressive long run, 30 kilometers or 18 miles, and you run it exactly 5 weeks out from your marathon. Here's how it works, and the structure is everything. You start very easy, slower than feels necessary, controlled, conversational, well under marathon effort. Most runners can't help themselves here. They get too keen. Don't let that be you. The first third is all about patience. Then after 6 miles or 10K, we up the effort. So we're going from easy running, conversational, to that 4, 5 out of 10 effort, that again is not yet marathon effort. So we're working, but we're not racing. And then the final 6 miles or 10K, we up the effort again and get to marathon effort. And what we're looking for there is stability in the heart rate. If you're seeing your heart rate drift out of control, it's not gonna be sustainable in that run, maybe for 6 miles, but in the marathon, it's a reality check. So 3 blocks: easy, steady, marathon effort. Read what the final block actually is. You're being asked to run marathon effort. Now for me, I would be comfortable enough for that marathon effort to not yet be bringing me goal pace. You're on fatigued, tired, trained legs, and we're still stacking quality before race day. But what we've done very cleverly is run 6 miles or 10K on fatigued legs. That's not an accident. That's the whole design. The final 6 miles, the final 10K of this session is preparing you for that final 6 miles of the marathon. You're improving your physiological resilience, your physiological durability. That is your ability to stay together physiologically at each part of the marathon. So the test is brutally simple. At that 12-mile mark or 20K mark, can you step it up? Do you have that extra effort to give to get yourself to marathon effort? And then can you sustain that to the finish of the run? If you can, Sub-3 is on the table. And more importantly, it is one run in many like it that you've put together that has proved to you, most importantly, that when you step on that start line, you're not just prepared for the first half of the marathon. That's the easy part. You've worked in training to prepare yourself for that final third, for that final quarter of the marathon, where it really counts. And if you can, then you've got 5 weeks, 4 weeks to put together exactly the work that you need to do in order to correct it and get confident for that final quarter. So either way, it is a great data point for you to work from. I've run a 2:21 marathon and a 6:42 100K, and I've coached a lot of runners to make major breakthroughs. And I can tell you that that final third, that final quarter of the marathon is not only where runners fade. More interestingly, it's where runners are expecting to fade. And it's the most fixable once you know exactly what to do and the timing of those runs and progressions before your marathon. And you might be thinking, well, that's only 18 miles or that's only 30K. Am I then not going into the unknown on marathon day when you hit that final 8 miles or 12K? My longest run before running 100K is 50K. If you've got complete trust in the process and you're working on exactly the things that you need to work on as an individual, not in the 50 books that are sat in front of me, but what is holding you back, then you're no longer going into the unknown. You're prepared and you're confident on the start line.